Happy New Year, Village, and welcome to Only in the Shy. I am your host, Marlisa Stalling, and y'all, we're so excited that you're here. So, in season one, in 2025, y'all, we were honoring Black women. Now, in 2026, we are pulling up for some exciting news. We are going to be honoring Black boys and men in all of season two. Now, this guest star that's about to come on, y'all, this man is talented. He is truthful and he is transformed, but we'll get right into it. Give it up for none other than the amazing Craig Luckett. Woo! Happy New Year, bro.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Okay, so we want to check in and see how you doing, but we only do it the Only in the Shy way. So here, catch my friend. Here's the dice. So you are going to throw the dice up in the air, and whatever side and number your thumb lands on, that determines what activity we're going to do. Well, with one hand.
Okay. Two.
Two. Okay. Think of two breakfast foods that best describe how you are doing today or in the season of life right now.
Breakfast food. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I would say bacon.
Bacon.
Yeah, because I'm cooking. I'm cooking.
Okay. So bacon. Okay. What's your second food?
I would say, man, that's a good question. I know bacon for sure.
Okay,
for
bacon.
Sure.
Okay. It's the Lord.
And I would say, what's a hard breakfast dish to make?
Hard, like quiche. I don't know. Breakfast is easy.
Yeah,
like, are you like a boiled egg?
No. So I would say, I would say I'm some good grits.
Grits. Why? Good grits. Okay.
Good grits because you gotta make grits right. Because if you don't make it right,
Yeah.
one slight overcook or undercook is just wrong because grits ain't got no taste. So I'm grits with flavor. I'm that sugar, whatever you want to put in grits. Like I'm that perfect bowl of grits that your grandma will make. And it's just like, dang, grandma, like you put your foot in this. Like, yeah, bacon and grits. Yeah.
So you feeling cooked? You feeling all the way right?
Yeah, just like
Okay.
it was plain last year.
But now
this year we added some sugar to it.
Okay.
We got the recipe right.
Okay.
Everybody can't make grits now.
No.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't see some people burn grits.
Yeah.
So yeah. I would say that.
Okay. You ready to go on this journey?
Let's get it.
Okay, let's do it. So I've heard you reference your life as a movie. So we're going to go through the script and the scenes of your life.
Okay.
So quickly tell us, like, where are you from? Where are you born and raised? Who are your peoples?
Okay. I'm from the South Side.
Let it be known.
Yes, South Side. Definitely from the South Side. I was born and raised in Chicago. See now, moved a lot of places.
Okay.
So, but I was mainly raised in Riverdale. I moved out to Riverdale when I was in like second grade.
Okay.
So from Riverdale to my grandma's house on 53rd and Cottage to I was just everywhere, but mainly Riverdale, Calumet Park, Harvey, that area, just the Wild Hunters period. Like, yeah, but my grandmother has always stayed on like 54th and Cottage.
Okay.
She just moved really, which is crazy. Like 40 years of staying there. It's like crazy. But yeah, I grew up over there and yeah, but through the years I did move around, but mainly I was in Riverdale. It was pretty cool. But,
Okay.
yeah, I have a mom. My dad, yeah, I got a dad, stepdad, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, stuff like that.
That's nice. Okay, so tell us about Baby Craig. Who was Baby Craig? What was his ambitions, his aspirations? What was his hobbies?
That's really cool. So Baby Craig was goofy. I would say I was never the kid that was like the down kid.
Okay.
I was probably bad at home, but never bad outside of home.
Got you.
because I seen a lot of whoopings that my cousins used to get, so I didn't play around.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I was into a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Um, I I like music.
Mm.
Music was a interest for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it came from,
Yeah,
but it was just the drums for me. It was just I always loved the drums, and
yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah, my mama don't play drums, so so I didn't, my dad, my stepfather, nobody did none of that, but like music was like it for me. I used to stay up like I don't know if you can remember, but you remember when Apollo used to come on like
Oh,
at
for sure, yeah.
like 1 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning, and
yeah.
you were scratching your eyes just to watch it. And I
Mm-hmm.
used to stay up with my mom and watch that show faithfully. And I used to just, watch all the acts get on there. And I said, man, that's pretty cool. Like
Mm-hmm.
that. I want to do something like that or be on some kind of stage. It was just something as a kid that I was just like,
Yeah.
music is, singing. My auntie used to go over there. She used to sit in her chair. God bless her soul. She sit in her
Yeah.
chair. She used to say, "Hey, boy, do the James Brown for me."
Mm-hmm.
So I used to the vacuum. And I do the James Brown. I drop down, do a split, and then I do the Michael Jackson. So she'd be like, "Yeah." So then she'd just sit there. I just go on about my business. So so it was a lot of stuff like that. Talent shows. I was in them dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I had a decent childhood. It was pretty.
What would
It,
you say your environment felt like if you could put it into a feeling? What would that feeling be? Like growing up,
man, I would say like like an ocean.
an ocean.
Nothing was never just like everything was kind of always like you might have your days where the water might be like that, but you got your days like that, then it might be like some kind of big storm.
Yeah.
It was a lot of
So,
stuff.
like, what wave would you say was the wave that really shifted the flow of your life and maybe caused you to go down like a different pathway? Because there's a lot of waves. You have your subtle wave, then you
Right.
have your like roaring wave. What was that wave that like shifted your pathway in life?
Um. Well, it was kind of a couple of different shifts in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Um. One shift will be is when um I got jumped in high school. That was a shift.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no, I was in grammar school. I'll take it back. I was in grammar school. I got jumped,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll never forget that. And there was a lot of stuff that happened to me. I think grammar school was a big shift for me after I got out of there
Yeah.
because I was picked on a lot. People don't know that. I think church was like a big outlet for me. That was like a big shift because when I went to school, it was something else, and then when I came home, it was something else, and then when I went to church, it was just like no negativity. You feel
Mm.
what I'm saying? So it
Yeah.
was kind of like, yeah, it was, yeah, like, yeah, that was a big shift because
Mm-hmm.
that around like my grandmother died,
Mm-hmm.
my great grandmother, that was a shift for me because around that time my stepfather and my mom was going kind of through like a divorce type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I had like some big shifts in my life. My kids coming,
Mm-hmm.
that was a shift. Yeah, but
I would say
definitely,
like more so like in your young childhood, like preteen. Would you say is that which happened in grammar school?
yeah, that was a shift for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was when the other side of me kind of came.
Okay.
Uh, you know, I'm not like a crazy guy or nothing, but
Yeah,
like it
yeah.
was like you had the nice crib, you
Mm-hmm.
know, it was like the nice crib, and then you had the guy that that people take your kindness for weakness, you
Mm-hmm.
know, pick on you,
Yeah.
like. One instance, I remember I was like sixth grade.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget this. I was just sitting there using the bathroom, and these dudes, they were so evil. One of them stood on side of me, the other one stood on the other side of me,
Mm-hmm.
and they peed on me. Like, crazy stuff.
Whoa, that's the greatest.
I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. And I
Wow.
stayed at school. Like it was crazy. You know, like people did some crazy. You know, I'm cool with these dudes. Like to this day, I'll never
Wow.
forget that. But like it was stuff like that. You know, like I had bad acne.
Got
Oh my
it.
god, that was so it was kind of like a lot of build up. Then when I got jumped for no reason,
That was the
that
volcano.
was the eruption
Mm-hmm.
of Craig. So you had the Craig that was cool,
Mm-hmm.
that go to church.
Yeah.
Then you had the Craig that was outside of church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people can probably vouch for me, and I know can vouch for me is that that was the big turnaround. Then there was a lot of stuff going on at home too that was kind of like feeding into a lot of anger that I had, when I
Mm.
was a child. So yeah.
So it seems like the volcano was the unfortunate part of the of being jumped in school, but it seems like some of the underlining issues is anger, this the unexpected. I know you talked about like your father, stepmom, like relationships. So
Yeah.
when we are going through the unexpected, sometimes we go to things to escape. What was like your behaviors, your actions, or your lifestyle that help you to escape those things, whether it's going through your teenage years, your adult years? Like, what did you start doing to start escalating to escape the anger, Craig, the hurt, Craig, the self esteem, Craig, that was masked underneath it all?
So growing up, so my mom got married. So
Mm-hmm.
she got married. When she got married, I was probably like 5, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
So my father, my actual father, her they never stayed together. He
Mm-hmm.
was abusive too. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? So I got memories which, I tell people that you have to watch what you do around your kids because even though they're
Yeah.
like 1 or 2, I got vivid memories of stuff
Mm-hmm.
that my people look at me and they be like, man, you remember that? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah. So it was kind of like abuse, 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 and then like nothing against my stepfather, but it was
Yeah.
abuse. You know what I'm saying? Like
Call it
it
what it
was
is.
like that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I remember vividly my stepfather bringing in a recorder, and he brought me some tapes.
Mm-hmm.
And I had Cameo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why he gave me that. I was a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like Cameo. It was I think it was Prince. It was something like that. I just play the music. So they'll be over there
Mm-hmm.
arguing, fighting, play the music.
Tone it
You know what I'm
out.
saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of times music brought me through a lot of stuff. Just turn on music. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like if I'm feeling some kind of way, I might turn on some Trill Fam Ducked Off. I ain't
Yeah.
even in the mood. Like, just leave me alone, So
Yeah.
a lot of times I lean on music to get me through whatever I'm needing.
Mm-hmm.
That's as a kid. As a kid, even growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have other stuff I can rely on. Music. I got dogs. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like I got stuff to cope with. You
Mm-hmm.
know, well, music has always been like a number one thing for me. Whether it was listening to church music or
Mm-hmm.
just something inspirational or just some just put me in whatever mood I'm in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot of that.
Was there ever anything that you did that was unhealthy copanisms that you had to overcome, like nowadays?
Yeah, so thank God I'm delivered. But I did rely on a lot of drugs, meaning
Mm-hmm.
like I did the Molly,
Mm-hmm.
I did the Percocets, I did the Zans, I did whatever you probably think of,
Mm-hmm.
it was just a time in my life where I was going through some dark stuff,
Yeah.
and like a Monday was like a Friday, a
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday was like a Saturday,
Yeah.
a Wednesday was like a Saturday. Like you be like, man, like my father, he's an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
I used to wake up, see he taking a shot. let me go take a shot.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like, something that I was going through because one, I didn't have my kids at the time. We get into that, but the fight for my kids was kind of crazy, and so coping with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I used to go out and do dumb stuff with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go knock him out. Let's go look for trouble.
Yeah.
Instead of most people say let trouble come to you. I wasn't that let trouble come.
Yeah.
I was 20 some years old still. Just dumb stuff. Just so I would just go out, do whatever. So it was kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
why are you doing it? I'm just acting out now that I look back on him, just acting out.
How do you think that was impacting like your identity and your soul and then even your tribe? Because I know like you talked about, your loved ones. How did that impact you and how did it impact the people that you loved when you were doing some of those mechanisms that were like weren't the
Well,
best for you?
I call myself being slick.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff my mom don't even know.
Respect.
I ain't gonna, hold you.
Yeah, yeah, respect.
My auntie. So I stayed with my auntie for a while.
Okay.
Um, my kids, I was going through like a little thing with my kids where they were going back and forth
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Minnesota to here, whole bunch of stuff. So I ended up like, it's just so crazy. Can you say the question one time? Like,
No, no, you're good. So when we do things that we are not proud of, right? So like say for example, um I was with a high school crew and we wasn't doing good.
got you.
How did
So,
that impact like you? Like were you
got you. Okay.
drowning? And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
how does that impact your tribe? Because sometimes we could be in a dark place and not even know that what we trying to, heal that inner child of us is actually hurting other people while we're trying to like go into our own, if that makes sense.
So I know a lot of people gave up on me at one point in time,
Why was
uh,
that?
because I was out here just doing crazy stuff. It was one point in time where I got fired from Trinity.
Mm,
Where I'm playing it now. And thank God I'm back,
yeah.
But when I got fired from there, yeah, I went on a deep, dark, and a lot of people gave up on me, and I was doing stuff back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
like coming straight from the club, going straight to church, like, oh, I got a shirt at church. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
throw that on, and I'm sweating and I know you can smell the alcohol because I just came from the club, so, hanging out with friends, and people, I just know people saw me for the worst, as far as
Yeah.
my kids didn't see a lot of stuff,
Okay.
because they was back and forth. The stuff they did see, you know, uh, it wasn't. I tried to keep my kids away from stuff.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't never endanger your child. I never tried to bring no danger to wherever I stayed at.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
at all. Anything like that. But I know for a fact that people were giving up on me. Just I was almost giving up on myself. Like
Mm.
it was a point in time where I didn't touch drums for like 2, 3 years.
Mm.
Like didn't do it.
Would you call that your rock bottom?
Yeah,
That's when you knew you were at rock bottom. Well, the
yeah.
thing that you played with when you were
Didn't even
younger
want to
to
touch
help you, you didn't even want to
it.
touch
Didn't
it.
want to touch
Mm.
it. I didn't want to. I didn't play at church. I didn't do nothing. I was honestly like after these churches, like
Yeah.
like
Down everyone.
and it was kind of like for me,
Mm.
it was like how I left the church. It was kind of it was a bad note. It wasn't a good note.
Yeah.
It wasn't something like you know it was a bad note. It was, yeah, like, I don't want to too much get into it, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Respect.
it was bad. Somebody said something to me
Yeah.
that I felt like shouldn't have been said to me
Right.
because how I look.
Yeah.
This is me. Like everybody knows this is me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll put on a suit if you want me to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like, I have this is me. I'm not blood. I'm not none of that. But
Yeah.
this is just how I
Your
am.
your authenticity.
And
Yeah.
this particular person came up to me and said, because I have tattoos everywhere, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And he came up to me like, slapped me on the hand. This middle me playing, just like,
Mm-hmm.
I know your kind. So I didn't know how to really respond to that, so I left it alone.
Yeah.
Slapped my hand again. I know your kind. I see all these tattoos and da 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 da, and this is like in the middle of me playing.
Yeah.
And you know, the first response came to my head because I was young, you know, and you gotta take it. I was, you know,
Yeah.
in the world, so it was kind of like, dude, like, shut up, talking to me. I said a little more than that,
Respect.
you know, but you know, that was it for me. And I don't think nobody ever knew
Like what really
what
happened.
really happened. You know, I know I had my
Yeah.
faults and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but you gotta take it like,
But that's coming about someone's like character morale. Like that's
yeah, you
judgment.
know,
That's heavy.
and it was kind of like, if you've been judged your whole life and then you finally get the voice to really say something,
Yeah.
you kind of like, you know, you kind of spill it out,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you get the, you know, oh, you just like it did. I hate that, you know, like people tell me, I hate that. I accept it now because I'm goofy like my dad. I take the good stuff
Right.
about it, you know, but
Yeah.
like, you know, I used to hate that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I used to, you know, be like, hey, why would you say that? Like, you
Yeah.
know, like that's an insult. And then
Yeah.
people use it as an insult, you know. So it was kind of like, yeah, yeah, it's a lot of stuff that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like I said, it was just
The waves.
the waves. And then when I
Yeah.
caught that good wave, I was waving, you know. So yeah.
So you're at so you're drowning. You're at rock bottom. You're not playing anymore.
Hmm.
People left you. They gave up on you. People
Hmm.
judge you and your gifts. I like to say that like God uses rock bottom moments, right?
Yeah.
Like even when we think we're drowning, like you low key still alive. Hence the word drowning. Like there's still life. What in that climax of just all of this hell going on did like God reveal to you, or did God like share with you that like awakened you out of the drowning and like you began to have bubbles and you began breathing again? Like what was that? Was it a
Um,
song? Was it a word? Like
it was a
did
wake up
he?
call.
Yeah.
What happened was I got shot at close range.
Okay.
Close range, like where you sitting at
Mm-hmm.
to where I'm at.
Yeah.
Just and I got grace. And my friend, God bless his soul, he,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he saved my life. You know, I owe it to him. You know,
Absolutely.
and it was just like a shock. It was like a movie. You
Yeah.
know, and that was kind of like another strike for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was in other situations where I know on my own that I should have been gone. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it was just like weird that my auntie had put me out. Like she kicked me out. I'm like, dang. She like, you gotta go, and I'm like, oh, okay. You
Yeah.
know, I'm like, dang, I've been staying here. You know, so bam, that was that. But then I moved over east, and
Mm.
when I moved over east, I moved with this lady named Ma Betty.
My
Ma
Betty.
Betty. Ma Betty was so cool.
Uh-huh.
And her son named Jason.
Okay.
And Jason was so cool. And when I moved with them,
Mm-hmm.
they was going to my sister's church. So my sister mother is an evangelist.
Okay.
So they have their own church. And so I was like, okay, you know, whatever. You know, I was
Yeah.
already kind of visiting the church, filling in sometimes. But like Jason was like, man, bro, you got to do something, you know, because at one point my whole family was staying at Jason and Mom Betty's crib. And we had a room up there or whatever. I had the whole upstairs kind of. And so when they left, it's a really kind of when everything kind of re-spiraled down. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because I did get married. You know what I'm saying? And then that like fell through in a month. Like
Got
yeah,
you.
so it's kind of like now you were the first for
Mm-hmm.
ever so long, and then you try to marry him, then you marry for a month. Like it's nuts to me. Like that's like
Yeah.
a movie. Like, you know, so it was kind of like, all right. So Jason, in that dark time, I was just like, bro, I ain't even finna do nothing. I'm just chilling, kicking it.
Yeah.
My Betty like, why you better go to church? I'm like, my Betty like, I'm over it. Like, you tripping. So Jason kind of put me back in church.
So it's like this. It's almost like this tug God was doing through different people. Like tugged you to go back east.
Yeah.
Then he tugged you. He was in my Betty and Jason. Like this tug back to like the church.
Yeah.
Uh
So
huh.
yeah. So Jason kept me. He like, man, you gotta start playing back drums. I'm like, bro, I don't want to play drums.
Right. Right.
So he put me in his drum line with some kids. Some kids and
Nice.
some of his homies, and I saw how they were doing. I'm like, man, y'all grown, y'all making money. Like, all right, let
Yeah.
me get to it. So
Uh huh.
the turning point was
Mhm.
when I met Scrappy.
Scrappy. Who's that?
Scrappy is my best friend.
Aww.
I love him to death. Uh,
Hey, Scrappy.
well, Scrappy dad,
Oh, I'm
Scrappy
sorry.
dad. It's all good, but Scrappy changed my life.
Nice.
Um, it's my homie, man.
You good?
Scrappy introduced me to my wife,
Amen.
and man, that's how my life changed. Right now to this day,
Yes.
if it wasn't for Scrappy,
Mhm.
and other people, like Aaron Gaines, Wayne Berry, Will Austin,
Yes.
Bobby Wooten,
Mhm.
Pastor Moss,
Mhm.
like I got some stories with Pastor Moss, and Pastor Moss, we got a relationship. People don't know our relationship. But like I can tell you a story where Pastor Moss like really, really kind of saved my life.
Yeah.
And I don't think he knew it.
Yeah.
I was going through something with my wife, and I had popped like 4 Xanaxes,
Yeah.
and I called Pastor Moss like, Pastor, I'm gonna kill this nigga. like and he prayed for me on the phone. I don't know if you know if you take 4 Xanaxes,
Mhm.
2 of them will knock you out, like knock you out. But 4 of them,
Mhm.
I went in the house and went to sleep. And I woke up and I was cool. Like it was like everything was just like,
God discovered you and just like
yeah, it was like really weird.
a piece in the land.
He was just like, Craig, bow your head out. Blah, blah, blah. And this was like, I wasn't even that Trinity. That was like the crazy part about it.
Mm.
He was still rocking with me.
Nice.
Like a lot of pastors don't do that.
No.
You could be a musician at a church.
Once you
And
leave that
and
church,
once you leave that church,
your
they like,
relationship
hey,
snip snip.
I text pastors to this day right now.
Yeah. Don't.
I can say, what's up?
Right.
How you doing? Da, da, da. They don't text back.
Mm.
But when they see you, they be like, hey, what's up? And it's because you sitting around a whole bunch of other people. You know what I'm saying?
It's like it's yeah.
I've been around a lot. But Pastor Moss, Pastor Wright, Reverend Raymer. I talk to
Oh,
Reverend Raymer like every now and then. Like
great woman.
that's the home. Reverend Raymer, you the homie. You know,
She's a great woman.
like people like that, and that's why I say my church family
Yeah.
kept me grounded.
Mm. So it's almost like God said, right when you think no one cares, I'm going to take that same hurt of your childhood and I'm going to flip it by putting love through people. I'm going to have people love you that aren't your blood,
Exactly.
like Amazing Scrappy and
Yeah.
Jason and like Mama Betty.
Yeah.
And I'm going to then have an additional adoptive family to come over you. So just if you think that people are going to leave
Exactly.
you like childhood,
Yeah.
they not.
Yeah.
Speaking of moments, I want you to close your eyes. Don't peek. Just close your eyes, my friend. Okay. So you have been in your journey as a man of God and as a father and as a son. Well, on Only in a Shy, we want to give you your flowers, Craig. Here you go. Open. This
Oh
the way
man.
of saying thank you so much for just being you.
Thank
It
you, thank
takes
you.
a lot to work and to heal. And so just you even wanting to come on the show, open up your heart and testimony to help Black boys, Black men, women, elders, whoever, to just say it's okay to talk about the hard stuff. It's okay to talk about trauma. That doesn't mean that's where you are, but talking about it frees you. So on behalf of me and Only in the Shy, we want to say personally thank you and we appreciate you.
I love you, G. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to keep giving you your flowers, but is there any person or group that you would quickly like to dedicate these flowers to?
Um, I would like to dedicate this to my family and to all those that I call brother, sister, aunt.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know what y'all mean to me. Um, like every day I get up, if it ain't for me, it's definitely for y'all. And I feel like I got a lot to do in life to take care of y'all. Like for those that didn't give up on me, like we going somewhere. And man, I love y'all. This is definitely for y'all. For real, because without y'all, it wouldn't even be a career. Y'all wouldn't even be able to put up with me. Taking my calls 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. I just love every single last one of y'all, and I really feel like everybody, including you, deserve these flowers because every opportunity and every platform that you get and somebody believes in you, that's just like, even if I was having a bad day, this just made my day like,
Nice.
you know, yeah, but y'all deserve this, man.
And there we have it, folks. I am your host, Marlisa Stolly, and
Got me up feel like a baby. Craig, I'm
all
Craig.
right, y'all, we're out. Bye.